Hello everyone, my name is Anas Abubakar and I'm currently the coach of the Kaduna State debate team. For those of you that know me, I was a previous debater in Kaduna State and I have had my own share of international debating experience. So I feel there's this responsibility on me to try to pass on the knowledge and make corrections of misunderstandings happening in the Nigerian debating community. There's this misunderstanding that people have in the approach of an opposition team to emotion. And this video today is going to solve this problem and approach it specifically and explain the proper approach to this. So the major misunderstanding people are having is that when emotion says this, the opposition team must come up with an argument that is exactly the opposite of what the motion says. But this is completely wrong. Most debaters, teachers, judges, and even coaches in the Nigerian debating community assume that when a topic says a particular thing, the opposition team must say the opposite of that or must say the exact opposite of what the proposition team says. This is completely wrong. There are many ways to approach emotion in opposition team, and this is what is known as choosing a line of argument. You mustn't necessarily say the exact opposite of what team proposition or the motion says to be opposing that motion. For example, if a topic says this house would ban smoking, these judges assume that in order to oppose this kind of topic, you must completely say the opposite of that, which is this house would not ban smoking. So they expect arguments only on not banning smoking from the opposition team. Should the opposition team decide to argue, assuming the proposition team says this house would ban smoking, all types of smoking in general, everywhere, should the opposition team come out with an argument that says, no, we believe smoking is wrong, but let's not ban it everywhere. Let's simply ban specific types of smokings in specific places. These judges would consider this argument completely out of context, or they may end up telling the opposition team with that argument that they're actually supporting the proposition team, but this is wrong. If a topic says this, the opposition team mustn't necessarily come out with an argument that says exactly opposite of that. No, they can choose a line of argument that tells the House what the proposition team is saying might work or will work for a short duration of time, but that's not exactly the best thing to do, but that's not what will solve the problem completely. They can bring something else that may solve the problem. For example, I was in Abuja attending a debate and a topic comes up that says this house would ban posting of NYSC core members to other geopolitical zones. That means that the topic is saying this house would simply restrict the posting of NYSC core members to their geopolitical zones. The Nigerian geopolitical zone is southwest, southeast, northwest, northeast, and north central. So this topic is saying that if you're from the northeast, your NYSC camp and post would be in the northeast. Team proposition in that debate came out with an argument that is in line completely with what the motion says. It is exactly what the motion says. But then team opposition came out with an argument that proposes the banning or scrapping of NYSC completely, and they propose an alternative to that as a better way of solving the problem. What is the problem in that motion? That motion brings problems like attacking of NYSC core members in certain parts of the country, and by restricting it to their posting of the NYSC core members to their geopolitical zone, that motion is trying to solve that problem. So team proposition proposes that as the solution to that problem, while team opposition came up with a completely different model, but they're still arguing against what the proposition team says, because unless they agree with what the proposition team says, they are arguing against it. It doesn't necessarily have to be that this house would not restrict the post-integer political zones and would continue the way it is. No, that would not solve the problem. If team opposition came up with a particular solution that is not in line with what the original proposition the team or the motion brings, it is completely valid for team opposition to bring something like that. They only have to defend and prove to the House that their proposition in opposition of what team proposition is saying solves the problem. What I'm saying in general is that, please, judges, teachers, debaters, and coaches out there are many ways to oppose a motion. Please do not consider out of context what debaters bring to the argument if it is not exactly the opposite of what team proposition says. A debate is like a circle. When team proposition shoots their line, it hits a part of the circle. Team opposition must not come back directly against that line. They may decide to bounce off to another direction as long as they are arguing against what team proposition says. It doesn't necessarily have to be a proposition against what they say that is the exact opposite of that. No. So if you have further questions or have other issues regarding debate that you want me to make a video of, you can contact me through the phone number on WhatsApp below or the email below. Thank you very much. It's nice having you. See you next video.